Starting to get tired. Alright, it was not recording. But, luckily the autosave got me covered.
I analyzed the cyberspace portal the last time you were accessing it. While you were online, it opened up a flood of data.
Doxing, Tails.
But I did get a glimpse of the Ancients' personal data.
Oh, so... what, you know all their birthdays now?
Yes.
Much more than that. Sonic, it was their very essences. Their hopes, their dreams. Everything that made them what they were. Do you see the correlation?
No.
Sounds a lot like what happened to you, Amy, and Knuckles. I mean, I'm glad you're all intact, but why were you all uploaded like that?
Well, remember when we passed through the portal? I mean the gateway. Swear to God, I'm gonna smack a bitch. That's sort of the thing. I don't really define Sonic as being based on, like... It's hard to put it into words. It's like porn. I can't tell you the definition, but I know it when I see it. Like, still feels like Sonic to me. I couldn't say it doesn't feel like Sonic. Like, if you're gonna, like... It's sort of like it's sort of like this gradual shift almost, I guess. Like, because you would say, like, Sonic Adventure is such a departure from the classic Sonic games, but it also isn't. It's also very much the idea of taking the classic 2D Sonic game gameplay and just putting it in 3D and experimenting with what that is. And also experimenting by throwing in a whole bunch of other, like, new gameplay styles and, like, seeing, well, what can we do? Like, 3D gameplay was so new at the time that they were really able to just throw whatever against the wall and see what stuck. There was nothing to live up to or down to at that point. Yeah, okay. Like, Sonic Adventure had a fucking fishing minigame in it. Bass Pro Fishing. It had like an on-rail shooter kind of sequence to it, but like the gameplay was based around the fact that it was a new experiment in having a character navigate a 3D space. Thank you for coffee.
You're welcome.
Coffee. It wasn't a shooter in the sense of, like, lining up a crosshair and firing the gun in order to shoot the target. Shoot the glass. It was, like, holding down the button, locking on the target to a bunch of different targets, and then letting go to fire. Because, like, the idea of shooting stuff in a 3D space like that was an untested hypothesis at the time. Like, I didn't know. No one knew what they were doing. It was the Wild West. But, like, the Sonic gameplay felt like 2D Sonic in 3D. But it also was a different thing altogether. That's the thing to me. It's like, Sonic is whatever Sonic Team wants it to be. Like, I can't think of a... I mean, for one thing, I resent that whole idea of, like, this is a good game, it's not a good Sonic game. This is a good game, it's not a good Devil May Cry game. This is a good game, it's not a good Devil May Cry game. Like, no, that's not how that works.
Whoa, I'm petting a cat, sorry.
Like, it says Sonic in the title. That makes it a Sonic game. It was made by Sonic Team. That makes it a Sonic game. Phantasy Star Online. Sonic game. It was made by Sonic Team. Like, this idea of, like... I don't know. Like, the audacity of it. To say, like, you, the consumer... You define what makes something a insert brand name here game or not. It has to meet your standards in order to be considered. Like, it has nothing to do with the people who made it.
Yeah.
And, like...
Their artistic intentions.
Their artistic intentions. It's all, like, well, does it meet my arbitrary standards?
Yeah. They didn't ask you before they pressed the disc.
Like, that's so dumb and weird to me. Like, you can just say I don't like it. That's fine,
exactly.
too.
Just be honest and say I don't like it. Don't pretend it's objective.
Be like, this just doesn't feel... It really doesn't make you feel like Spider-Man.
Oh, shit. That's objective and quantifiable. I know that other people felt this way.
Like, where do you draw the line at that point? That's the whole thing. Is like, who gets to decide? The problem with to quote the Boondocks, the problem with restricting speech is who gets to draw the line? Bill Cosby? Who gets to decide what's acceptable? Like, who gets to decide what makes something a Sonic game?
Me.
It's like, as a contrary example, take Prey. The Arcane Studios game... Oh, son of a bitch. The Arcane Studios game Prey, where Bethesda forced them to name it Prey out of spite. Whoa! Out of spite to, like, against the existing franchise that they had murdered. Okay, it's an invisible wall.
I'm the invisible wall.
And Arcane Studios was like, what the fuck, we don't want to call it that. That's not what this game is. And Bethesda was like, too fucking bad. You're naming it Prey, bitches. I mean, Prey was just a single game. Like, that was a whole complicated situation. And the bottom line is Bethesda and ZeniMax are a bunch of fucking criminals who need to be stopped at any cost. Like, if you're looking at this and you're going, nothing about this seems appealing to me, I would not have fun playing this game, and it does not tempt me with its qualities. That's fine. There's no accounting for taste. You can have your own personal preferences. If you look at this and it goes into your eyeballs and your brain goes, that's a 132% acceptable fucking reaction to have. But the idea of, like, it doesn't feel like a Sonic game to me. I don't know. I kind of have nothing intelligent to say in response to that. I was like, well, what fucking does? It's got Sonic in it, doesn't it?
Well, even so, like, okay, what
He'd
is that
do a
word
run.
about? This isn't good to me. Okay, but that's to you. The thing about it is, when you subjectively analyze something, you're analyzing yourself, not the artwork.
And a lot of people have trouble with that. A lot of people are too scared to turn the mirror inward.
Like, okay, whatever, I guess, but I don't know you. I don't care what you feel.
Yeah.
I'm not your therapist, and I'm not your mom. I don't care about your feelings.
That's the thing of, like, whenever, like, someone does a review where it's like, well, I don't really have any experience with this blank franchise, genre, what have you. Like, so, like, Joe Blow's fucking review of new fighting game. I don't play a lot of fighting games. Well, then why the fuck
what is
would
your opinion
anyone
worth?
care
Then what is it
about what
worth?
you think about this
Exactly.
new fighting game?
What is that worth then?
I want to hear what someone who plays fighting games thinks.
Yeah.
Even if I don't necessarily understand everything they're fucking talking about, I can trust that their opinion is at least informed by a preference that's based on experience and exposure.
And I understand this is a whole thing. There's like a doctoral thesis in this, but why would you want to hear from non-experts? Like,
What? I'm already
and
not an
by
expert.
Yeah, like by expert, I don't mean they have like a degree or something. I just mean like,
I don't need to hear someone else's non-expert opinion. I've already
Yeah,
got one of
like-
those.
what the fuck? Why would you want to hear me talk about figure skating? I don't know what the fuck? It's so random.
You're not gonna tell me anything
I know.
new or interesting
Here's what
as
this-
someone reviewing a fighting game who doesn't
Yeah.
particularly play a lot of fighting games.
It's always just random internet douchebag critiquing the writing of this thing. What are their qualifications? What gives
Yeah,
them...
why should we listen? Why?
Yeah,
Why?
why-
Why? What gives your What gives your What gives your opinion merit?
Yeah, like,
That
you're
it's
just some
that it's
guy.
worth listening to.
You're just some guy, and if I wanted to know someone else's opinion, I'd ask somebody I know. I don't know you.
Sir, I don't
But
know
also
you.
notice, I don't do that either, because I don't want to hear anyone else's fucking opinion.
They're all really, yeah. I have very little interest in hearing anyone else's opinion on, generally speaking, anything.
Like, I know people in real life. If I want to know someone else, like, hey, what did you think about this? I'd ask them. I know it's this, like, parasocial YouTube thing, but... Bro, they don't know you.
bro,
They don't know you, bro.
that's the thing. Like, the only person whose opinion matters to me is me. Like,
Yeah, if you...
I'm perfectly capable of coming up with my
Yeah.
own. Thank you very much. I don't need someone else to tell me what my opinion should be.
Unless you're objectively analyzing something, like, when you're subjectively analyzing it, you're analyzing yourself. Which, okay, but I don't care about you. I don't know you. This is how I felt when I did this, like okay.
No one cares.
That's totally useless information. 110%. Like, whatever, like, I don't care, go ahead
Yeah.
and make your thing, but it's like...
That
it
like
has
that
no
video I was
utility.
just watching about the Resident Evil 8. I like Resident Evil 8. I thought it was a fun game. But I was watching the playthrough and he was like, this sucks and I'm not having fun and I don't enjoy it. And I was like, interesting. An opinion that I don't agree with. Interesting. But at least, like, he was capable of, like, articulating his thoughts and feelings in a way where, like, okay, I understand why you feel that way.
Well,
And not a lot of people can fucking do that.
yeah. And
He was
also,
like, well, I liked Resident Evil 7, and this isn't like Resident Evil 7, basically.
yeah.
Like, I'm
in a manner of speaking.
I'm paraphrasing.
Simplifying it.
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing and overly simplifying, but that's essentially what his perspective
takeaway
was. And, like, I can see that. I can see, like... your preference. Oh, and, like, that's the video where, that article... he included that screenshot of, like, we made Resident Evil 8 based on feedback from people who said they didn't finish
It was
Resident
too
Evil 7 because it was
scary.
too scary. He's like, why the fuck would you make your game for those
What is
people?
that?
Why would you make your game based on feedback from people who wrote the developer and said, I didn't finish Resident Evil 7 because it was too scary.
Exactly.
Who does that?
I do believe they're horror games. It's like that's how.
Like that's the other thing. Is like
chameleons in suits thing. We got letters about this. Those people don't buy games.
Make sure to write Capcom and tell them I didn't finish Resident Evil 8 because it wasn't scary enough.
What, it's like they're gonna buy the next one?
Yeah, exactly.
What the
That's
fuck
the
is
whole
wrong with
stupid
you?
thing.
Why are you trying
Like-
to appeal to people who don't like your shit?
Like that's like I like Resident Evil 8, and he's making that point as a way to say like this is a reason I don't like Resident Evil 8. But I agree with that argument of like, why the fuck would you write to Capcom and say like, I didn't like it because it was too scary, and then why would you listen to that?
Yeah.
Why would you make the new game based on the feedback of people saying I didn't like it because it was too scary?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Who the
like,
fuck does that?
Stop trying to appeal to everyone. You
Yeah,
won't.
that's
And you're gonna make something that's bland and nothing, and that's it.
like, oh, we want to try to make this appeal to the people who didn't like the first one. Fuck those people!
Yeah, what are you
They're not
talking
gonna
about?
buy this.
What are you on about?
They're not gonna buy the game that said next number up in thing they didn't like the first one of.
Yeah.
Just kicks it. Sonic's not doing good. He keeps holding his head and shit.
Yeah. I just got a headache. Finally.
Fuck
After
this.
31 years, like, ow, my head hurts.
Am I dying?
Amy, just no, you just have a headache.
What the fuck?
Is it contagious?
Yeah,
I don't want
you're
you to
giving me
catch
one
it
right
too.
now. It's a Star Trek episode where Picard gets a headache, and Dr. Crusher's like, a what? He's like, a headache. He's like, no, I know what that is. It's just no one ever has headaches anymore because we have space medicine. And he's like, well, then why the fuck did you say you don't know what it is? Whoa! What
Oh my
the fuck?
God.
I mean, that's the thing. I didn't like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
That's not me saying I think it's a bad game, although I do think it's not particularly
It's not
good.
great. Well,
I think it did one
you know-
thing pretty well, and it
Yeah.
did that thing so well, so much better than almost anything else that does that same thing, that it boosts it up a lot. But I think, taken as a whole package, there's a lot about that game that's straight up fucking bad.
I mean, it's always you always have to try and separate the reception from the work itself. But my Jesus God, when the
Yeah.
reception is what the reception of Breath of the Wild got.
I'm like,
hard to do
what
that.
game are you people playing?
Yeah.
Like, I heard someone say it's the first game I've ever played that's brushing up to an 11 out of 10. Like,
You were just fucking wrong.
what?
What the fuck game did you play?
Like,
Did you experience the combat in that fucking game?
the weapon, like, anyone who defends the weapon degradation in Breath of the Wild is a scumbag, and I
it's just
don't respect you.
It just always comes down to like now maybe I've just gotten cynical, but I'm just thinking you don't really think that.
Yeah.
Either you got paid to say that, or you're trying to fit in with somebody else who said
Yeah.
that. You don't really think
Like, a human being didn't
Or you're just trying to be
experience
contrarian.
this,
Yeah.
and then that thought came into their mind.
Or you're just trying to be contrarian.
Like, well, it's a Nintendo game, so obviously it must be good.
Yeah, Splatoon. Oh, it's a new Nintendo property, so everyone has to go apeshit. It's a stupid fucking game.
Yeah, Splatoon fucking sucks.
No, it's a new Nintendo property, though.
BAM!
Yeah, maybe they should get more practice at it. They won't suck such balls. Again, I say, make games instead of experimenting with consoles.
You're fucking dead, bitch. That was awesome. Some of these are a little hit and miss. That one kicked ass.
I guess they never miss, huh? yeah. Oh, they just appear.
Like, I would put this game head and shoulders above Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Just based on the combat alone, everything else removed, this game has miles better combat than fucking Breath of the Wild had.
Yeah, and considering that's
the
what
combat
the game
of
is,
dodge to the left and have the completely fucking Jesus.
oh my goodness gracious.
Completely broken hurtbox interaction.
Yep.
Trigger like the flurry time or whatever, and then swipe, 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 swipe. You know, Ocarina of Time had better combat than Breath of the Wild. Ocarina of Time, when I press the attack button while locked on, Link will do a different attack compared to when he does an attack without the lock-on being held, versus when I'm holding forward on the stick, versus when I'm holding forward on the stick and holding down the lock-on button. Like, there's different attack animations which you want to use in different circumstances against different enemies.
Like there was effort put into it or something.
Breath of the Wild literally has 3 different attack animations per style of weapon.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's no variation.
Well, that's the thing.
You use a spear, he goes poke, poke, poke.
Yeah.
Poke, poke. And then you can hold down the button for a charge. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all there is.
It's like I said, if you want it like a
Come on,
good,
come on, come on. Yeah.
good open world, and that is like 70% of the budget, so everything else ends up shortchanged.
Like, best open world in any open world game that's ever had an open world.
Yeah.
I'll give that to Breath of the Wild without a blum. Without a
No
plum.
qualification.
Best open world in any game I've ever seen in the industry. Everything else about that game sucks.
Literally everything else.
Ass. It's like Ross Scott did a video on The Crew. Son of a bitch. Which is an open world driving game where you can drive across the entire continental United States. And his review, his like defining review, or like conclusion about the game was like, oh, the handling for the vehicles is kind of weird. Oh, I guess so. But you can drive across the entire continental United States. Like, any criticism you can make about the game, it's like, yeah, but you can drive across the entire continental United States. Like, that counts for a lot.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like a GTA 5, where it's like, that has so many issues, but
the parts that it does well, it does.
not quite to that extent. Ice cream cone maker. Shit.
It's a death egg robot. What happened?
Oh my god.
What happened to Eggman?
He's just focusing on being a dad right now.
Right now, he's focusing on
Kinda
way
retired.
more on just being a dad. No, there's a little bit more going on there. There's a little bit more going on there.
Not to the same extent like GTA 5, but it's like it did stuff.
Whoa!
My goodness.
It's a little fast. The jump rope, just like Mario. Double Dutch, bitch! Double Dutch me, motherfucker! You afraid? You afraid? You should be.
As much as it sucks, I can see why, in a way, Rockstar hasn't made a game since GTA 5, because it's like,
Oh, they're
no matter
making
what,
so much fucking money off of GTA Online.
but no matter what they do, everyone's just gonna say, well, it's kind of a step down, because they can't really get any bigger. They kind of went for the maximum, and now it's like
Red Dead Redemption 2, which wasn't even made by the same team.
Yeah.
Like, they're completely different studios.
Yeah. But it's like, no matter what, every single person and their grandma is going to be like, well, it feels like a step down from the last.
Compared to Resident Evil 5.
Like, what are they going to be like?
Resident Evil. Compared to GTA 5.
What are they going to have, like 6 characters instead of 3 and all this different stuff? It's like they have to go smaller, and no matter what, that's just going to be its legacy. Well, it feels like a step down.
Like after GTA,
I know I became
like
big.
GTA 5 had 3 different characters who all interacted with each other at different points in the story, and you could switch freely between them almost at any time.
Yeah.
Especially, and their interactions during certain missions had so much variability and replayability that it's like literally this is really impressive.
Yeah.
Even if you can
Holy
point to other
shit.
games that had multiple protagonists,
Yeah.
like they're not
Not
really
like this.
doing the same thing
Yeah.
that GTA 5
Not
was
like
doing.
this.
This was very
And that's-
impressive for its time.
Yeah.
And even still a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
I haven't seen a game do something like this since Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, it's like no matter what, they have to go smaller, and that's gonna be its legacy. It's like, oh, it feels like yeah, this was really well done, but it feels like a step down.
It feels like Final Fantasy VIII. There's a great review / like write-up analysis of Final Fantasy VIII, where it's like, even then, Final Fantasy VII was being hailed as quite possibly one of the greatest games ever made. How do you follow that up?
Yeah.
How do you follow up quite possibly one of the greatest games ever
Yeah,
made?
no one wants that job.
And they said, we're not going to.
Yeah, fuck it.
So, what do we want to do?
Yeah,
Let's
no matter
make-
what we do.
An entire portion of the game revolve around a collectible trading card game.
Yeah.
Let's completely throw the idea of different equipment sets out the window, and instead you equip magic spells in order to cause variation and boost your stats.
Yeah.
And you have to like collect the spells like you're farming, like you're cultivating different resources. Like Final Fantasy VIII is fucking weird. The plot is like a romance. It's not really about a bunch of teenagers saving the world. It's a romance story. Like, so much of that game was a response to the idea of being a follow-up
Yeah.
to Final Fantasy VII. Because no matter what they made,
Yeah,
no matter what they made,
Yeah.
it was going to be seen as a step down from Final Fantasy VII, and they
Yeah.
knew that, so they decided, fuck it.
Yeah. And they can't really do that with GTA. GTA is the ultimate of like a type, like a set thing. There's not
Yeah.
really much they can do. It's called the
Like,
fucking
even
series is
GTA
called Grand Theft Auto.
Even GTA 2 to GTA 3,
Yeah.
there's not really a difference here.
Yeah,
It's the
it's-
same game, just a difference of 2D to 3D.
Yeah, that's the ultimate. Like, you can't really change much of that formula without changing the game as a whole.
Ooh. That's like, at the time, everyone played Final Fantasy VIII and went, this sucks, it isn't Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
And
Which
that
they
was
were
going to
gonna
be
say
the
anyway.
reaction no matter what.
Exactly.
But now, like, so, fucking Jesus. So many years removed, like, people look back on Final Fantasy VIII and appreciate it a lot more
Yeah.
because of how different it was.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. it carved out its own identity, and people, in retrospect, really appreciate it
Yeah.
for what it did differently. For not just being
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII 2. But how can you make any GTA 6 that isn't just GTA 5 2?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because it's just been, GTA 2 was GTA again. GTA 3 was GTA 2-3, 2-2.
Even GTA 4 was like kind of experimental, but it was still just GTA San Andreas
the same-
in
yeah.
Liberty City.
Exactly. It's the same thing.
Is it like a Vocaloid?
They each had their own flavor, but you can't change much about that formula without changing the whole thing.
Like, how can you... Woo!
Oh, now there's, what, platforming or something? Like,
Yeah, like, what?
The series is called Grand Theft Auto. You just have to be in a car.
It's like such a false start almost that you
Yeah,
like
they
try
fucked
and
themselves in the
brainstorm.
beginning.
Yeah.
Now there's a minigame where you run a coffee shop.
Like they've kind of pigeonholed themselves.
Yep.
Like an actor known for like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Clint Eastwood playing Clint Eastwood in movie that features Clint Eastwood?
I think Lee Van Cleef is gonna be a bad guy in every movie he's in.
This is hard.
He's kicking ball.
And that's something that I think Sonic is kind of by and large immune to, because Sonic can kind of be whatever he wants.
Yeah. Can't tie him down.
It's almost like a series that's more defined by its willingness to experiment.
Yeah.
Like the only, aside from the Genesis games, which are like Sonic 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, which was a different thing, ironically. The only, let's just say ever since it went into 3D, the only Sonic game 3D Sonic game that has a sequel is Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
There's no 3D Sonic game 2.
Yeah.
Like, Sonic Heroes is a completely... I mean, it's still defined by many of the same mechanics, but it's, like, the foundation of the idea of that game is something completely different in terms of its mechanics. And I think that's another thing that I think maybe is the difference in my perspective, is I don't really assess a game's identity based on its aesthetics. To me, it's about mechanics. You know, the things that make it a video game. I need to focus. And good music, that's another thing that defines Sonic. If anything defines Sonic's identity, it's having good music. Hey, like, have whatever opinion you want. It's just weird to me to say, like, it's not a Sonic game. Like, I don't know about that. Like, what's your definition of a Sonic
that's
game?
a bit of a weird argument to try.
Son of a bitch. Like, the game that has Sonic in it. That's kind of my definition of a Sonic game. So many different things a Sonic game can be. Oh, there you go. These are fun little platform challenges that can, like, kind of test your player skills in a way that is a little bit more demanding.
Got Donkey Kong.
Son of a bitch. That took a while. Especially when the entire idea of the setting this game is using is like, boy, this place is fucking weird. What's going on with this shit?
What the fuck?
What? What's going on?
He's running away.
Ross Scott did another video on Sonic Heroes. Shaw. Ross's Sonic checklist. Great music, exotic environments, go really, really fast, don't have horrendous, crippling problems. I'm like, yep, it's got that.
It has those.
We're covered. We're covered on Ross's checklist when it comes to Sonic, at least. If no one else. Palm trees.
What the fuck?
Some of those volcanic palm trees for you.
You know those. Find the squares, my dude.
I actually think it's like really hard to talk about gameplay because it's the gameplay is such a tactile kinetic thing. Yeah, kinesthetics is a really good word for it. It's so hard to put into words the way something feels to play. You just kind of have to play it. This game plays really well. I think the controls are super good.
That's the part that's hardest to get right, the part that matters the most, and
The part that is
receives
appreciated the least.
attention, yeah. Because when it's good, it's just good. You only notice it when it's bad.
Exactly. It's like also like a camera in a game.
Yeah.
It's the same way. Like you definitely know when it's bad.
Yeah.
Wee. Wee. Whoa. What happened here?
Sonic, are you on the moon?
What keeps doing that?
Wow.
Don't think I'm getting over there.
That's...
Oh, wait.
The bridges are closed. And we will use that diegetic excuse from here on out.
Fucking terrorists! do 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 burr, 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 do do do. I got some purple coins. Okay, what? How do you get over there?
You know, you just, you know.
No. It's in a direction I can't reach.
Fuck.
Ugh. Sonic movie.
That's what they were referencing when they said the combat was inspired by Sonic. This first Sonic movie.
I don't know. I don't even know.
I can't imagine.
I don't think any combat happened in that fucking movie.
Yeah, that's what that was my first thought. Like, what are you talking about? They fucking with us.
Anything interesting happened in that movie?
Credits were cool.
I don't even agree with that. Of the first one. I liked it when it was over.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No. Hey! Give me your wrenches.
Give me a ram
Now!
to help his friends.
Gotta help I love my friend. I love my friend.
I love my friends.
Gotta help my friends.
That's just great. I love my friends.
Sonic does love his friends, though.
With his hands.
Come back to this later. I got keys for days at the moment. Keys
Sonic,
for
you
days.
doing alright?
Keys for days at the moment. Keys for days at the moment. Bitch. Puss. Come at me, puss. Who's the meats? There's a lot going on.
As you were shit talking. Poop speaking.
Penis.
Wow. Why?
Just because. Sometimes you need it.
It's a miscellaneous penis.
As many are. As many historically have been. I like Sonic Forces. Fuck you. Not particularly. Woo! Not particularly relevant specifically. I'm just saying.
But it's just a fact.
And that's a fact. Keeping you on the inside loop. That platforming sequence reminded me of one of the last levels from Sonic Forces. That's why. That's why I felt the need to say that. What's going on? What's not loading in? What? Okay. Oh.
Oh my goodness
God.
gracious.
Jesus. A lot I don't have confidence in.
Donut confidence.
What? These just get bigger and more complex, don't they, as the
my
game
God.
progresses? Testing new skills.
Oh boy.
Nope, this was wrong. This was the wrong way to do this. Nope.
So close though.
No, that was just sloppy footsmanship.
That was a whoopsie daisy.
I think I got it now. No. Yes! No. Yes! This fucking island is fucking huge. Huge! A lot of surface area to cover and volcanoes to sex. Would you fuck a volcano?
I can and have.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. I'm glad with the answers. I've done this already.
Done in Isuru.
Takeshi Iizuka, a man who definitely cannot fucking speak English. I've seen several interviews of Takeshi Iizuka saying English words, and based on those, I can confidently assert he cannot speak English. He can speak about as much English as I can speak Spanish. Not a lot. Definitely not to any extent that would denote a conversational
Yes.
degree.
With random guy.
Kind of trying to figure out how
and the
to
guy
get out of this area.
Who writes the unpopular American comics. Obviously the creator of Sonic gives a shit.
He has such a good voice for the characters. It's like, really, what's your favorite issue?
Yeah.
What's your favorite
What's
issue
a
of the
line?
comic?
Why don't you
Takeshi
give me a line
Iizuka.
from the comic?
Tell me a line of English written dialogue that
English.
Ian Flynn has written
In
that you
English
think really
specifically.
sums up Sonic's character.
Not because if it's in Japanese, it was translated. So I'm talking like
Yeah, tell me the
original
native English Like the words that Ian Flynn wrote.
Yeah.
Was it Big Oof? I think it was.
It's gotta be.
I can't think of anything else it could be except
that
Big
magnum
Oof.
opus.
The magnum opus, Big Oof.
Lord mercy.
Big Oof's house.
Bear in the Big Oof house.
God damn it.
That's one way to do it.
It's the way I'm doing it.
And it's succeeding.
I don't know about that one. Get it!
Yeah, just babbling in the background.
Give me you. Give me you. Thank you very much. I was kind of hoping to get to the top of that, but okay.
But here we are instead.
We're here now.
Giant spider invasion would be nice, but in the meantime...
Yep! No. Yeah. Running it.
Running it.
Can you take me over there while we're here?
Yeah.
Can you like fly over in that
Can
direction?
you drop me off?
I'm having a hard time figuring out how the fuck I'm supposed to get there.
Having a hard time with this earth.
Navigating at the moment. My navigation is running into some issues.
Some snafus.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
Ah! Just hanging out.
Cool chilling.
I have infinite boost and I don't know how. Really gets Sonic characters. Like, really? Because I read the comic and I don't think he does.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
like,
sure he writes what you tell him to write hella well.
I get it. You're trying to sell cars,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like at the
yeah.
end of the day, what you're full of shit.
I'm sure he wrote the dialogue you told him to write very well. When you
Yeah.
told him to write this dialogue, I'm sure he wrote down the words you told him
When
to
you
write.
asked your translator to say to him, "Oh, Big Oof,"
I'll take that for sure. He wrote down what you told him to write down in a way that showed that he understands the English language.
in a way that he's an employee here at the very bottom of the totem pole, right below the voice actors.
He's what you would define as a contractor.
You're a writer. I'm a director. Who won that argument?
How many of you directed? How did I get here?
By the way,
How did I get here and how do I go back?
I'm alone and scared.
This seems chasmous.
Tails!
You can fly. I need that.
I need that right now. On my team.
How did I get here? And how do I go back?
And what is its purpose?
Okay, I think I figured it out.
At this point, I wouldn't mind Shadow lending me a hand.
Well, that's all three members of Team Dark have been referenced.
There you go.
We got all three of them.
That's strike 3.
If Hypersonic isn't in the animated cutscenes, that's strike 3. Like, really?
Really?
That's strike 3?
Is it?
Really?
Fuck.
That's the one? That's the deciding factor?
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
You just pulled that out of your ass.
What's something I can complain about that
Yeah.
I know is not going to be in the fucking game?
Yeah. The developers don't personally make one of my mortgage payments, and that's it. This game sucks. Really?
Sure.
And then they did.
And then it did cure cancer. That's the thing. Ah! Yeah, jump scare. Ah! Fucking shit.
You got deaded. You never deaded again?
It seems like you're having a good time with what I'm doing. I totally get that. Just shoot key blasts at you now. It's making a lot of things a lot easier for me and a lot harder for you. Yeah, when they say we hired this guy to do some writing for the game, they're gonna say, yeah, we think he did good writing.
Yeah, what are they gonna say? No, he was shitty.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. We hired him, but it wasn't very good.
He's interviewing for this game that he made that just
he's
came out.
making.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna say that they made a good game. Every part of it was good. They're not gonna say yeah, I mean these parts were kind of weak.
Yeah, so we touched them up. Kid, there's a time to sell cars.
Oh, here's our ancient rail system.
And even
where were these ancient rails
Yeah.
when I needed them?
Even Shia LaBeouf was like, "Yeah, I fucked up. That was a mistake."
I'm just gonna focus on clearing this map because holy shit, this island is a bitch to navigate.
Ooh. Oh, no.
And I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need the ancient rail system to navigate from one end of this island to the other. I need the leveled up version of the ninja to fight, where his name is Shinobi.
The boxes. Tails will be really thrilled about these wrenches. Tails, I have 200 wrenches for you.
I'm here to bring you some wrenches, my buddy. My very own buddy.
Best buddies.
I'm really sorry that I keep doing that.
You want peels?
Actually, yeah.
Come on, codeine, bro. I would take it myself if I had any.
I'm not sharing it with you, that's for sure. No. Stop. Double Dutch, bitch. Sorry. Oh, kitty. Come down hanging out. Thank you. Tails, enlighten me with wonder and delight. Gun!
What I wouldn't give to study this ancient technology properly. It doesn't look like this was a projectile weapon.
Yes, it does.
So no ancient cannonballs then, huh? Wait, are you saying this is a beam weapon? Like on the egg carrier?
Exactly. From what I can tell, it has its own battery, independent of an outside power source. Moreover, its capacity is ludicrous. It could level a mountain. It's almost up there with the Eclipse cannon. But that was plugged into the Ark's reactor. This is freestanding. The Ancients' designs are amazing.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but I mean, they built these things to shoot at something. Wow, what kind of enemy takes that much firepower to stop?
Probably some manner of Titan that is attacking on. Perhaps it is a Titan of attack on. Who can say, really? Per Snapes. Per Snaples.
That scared you?
Oh. So I don't know. It's so weird to me to think that someone would like watch that cutscene and go like, "Oh, they're referencing the Eclipse cannon." Like, yeah, that's the Eclipse cannon blew up the moon. That's
a big deal.
That's a reasonable frame of reference to talk about something in to compare something to.
That would be a pre-post kind of thing.
If anything, I appreciate it because, like, too many fucking stupid people are like, "Oh shit, got retconned out of existence." Nothing has ever been retconned out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I appreciate confirmation that, like, not that it's needed, that, like, all of this shit still happened.
Yeah.
Because people just, like, make shit up and say, like, "Oh shit, got retconned. Continuity in Sonic doesn't exist." Like, what are you talking about?
Making shit up.
Hashtag making shit up. Hashtag the making shit up awards. Kitty, what are you doing?
What the fuck is that?
Yay.
Oh, no. He's backing out. Oh no!
Yay.
You gotta do.
A run. Do a run. Just like Sonic.
Yeah, she's fired.
This is a fun boss fight. What is happening in your life that this is what's happening? That this is what you're doing, small dad? Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, they're all happy.
Come into my body.
Jesus.
Oh, kitty.
Yay. What's going on? My gosh.
Fantastic. Rail-based travel.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Yes, I wish you wouldn't. Whoosh. Oh, there's the fishy. Okay, I want to see if I've gotten all the egg memos, or if more get added after I've been to a new island.
Sweet, sweet lore.
If you've been watching me play this game, what do you think so far?
I think this is Sonic.
It isn't not a Sonic. What the fuck?
It's just Sonic as fuck.
I can't believe how Sonic this Sonic is.
It's striking how much of a different take it is from
Yeah.
the previous Sonic game.
Especially Forces, which is very linear.
Yeah.
Too linear, some have said. Because some fucking stupid idiots.
Like the little Tails icon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got, buddy? Tell me what you got.
Yo, Tails. Can you tell if there's anything special about the ruins with this symbol?
I can't be sure without a proper analysis, but it doesn't seem remarkable. What is remarkable is the data retention after all these years. The corruption is negligible, and the maps are so accurate. Not to mention the way they can imprint the map data directly into the user's mind. It's hard enough explaining yourself to your peers, let alone some long-distance civilizations.
Yeah, too bad they can't give us all the answers to the island's mysteries. You're right, though. It's pretty amazing to have a civilization based on brain power.
Especially when your brain is as big as mine, Sonic. Sonic.
Sonic.
I'm so much smarter than you, Sonic.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like a very different way to present a Sonic game.
Yeah. I definitely see what they were talking about. Where they're
Yeah.
like, we're doing something new, jackass.
Yeah.
It's like J.R.R. Tolkien, where his editor kept trying to correct his his grammar and like the words that he made up. It's like, no, it's elfish, not elvish. It's like, no, asshole, I invented a word. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, 'cause it's like doing. It is a Sonic game, but so constructed in such a different way.
Yeah,
But
it's hard to articulate.
yeah,
I like it.
just right up front when that opening cutscene was super short, and it wasn't what a Sonic opening cutscene typically is.
Try? I'll let you borrow a ride.
Oh no, we're exhausted on egg memos.
Oh no!
Gonna split the stream.
Split the stream. We'll be right back after.